Hello loyal fans and subscribers, ninamorifanboi here with a new battle featuring a new team. As you can see, this has a Manectric on it. This is actually a Mega Manectric, and I'm supposed to actually be using Megas that, I haven't used before. That's kind of what I've been doing for the past, what has it been, like 8, 9, 10 months, it seems. But I didn't finish, and I will go back to finish after, this. But I took a little break because I've been laddering on Showdown a little bit, using Megas that I'm comfortable with and I know how to use and I know I like using, including Mega Manectric. And I built this team and I've used it successfully on Pokemon Showdown, so I wanted to use it in an in-game team. So here it is. It has Specs Keldeo, Life Orb Crawdaunt, I believe Life Orb Garchomp. It's supposed to be bluffing the, the Rocky Helmet defensive set. Scarf Jirachi, Physically Defensive Scarm, and, of course, the Mega Manectric. This is against a friend named Rob, or Fragger. I'll leave the links to his accounts in the description. Anyway, he has Torn T, Landorus T, Volcanion, Weavile, Excadrill, and also Mega Manectric. So, don't really remember what happens, and I don't know what else to say, so we're gonna get the battle started. I lead with my Keldeo, and he leads, I do remember this part, with his Mega Manectric, which looks pretty bad, but regular Manectric is only at 105 base speed, and Keldeo does outspeed, and since I am Specs, I'm going to risk going for Hydro Pump, because if I do connect, I will knock it out. So he does Mega Evolve, and I go for Hydro Pump, and I do connect, and I believe it's a guaranteed OHKO if it does connect, so the Manectric goes down, which is fantastic. So now, unfortunately, he has a switch into Volcanion, but I'm already in a good position, but this Volcanion is such a huge threat. I go right into my my Garchomp, which is kind of a mistake because I'm actually naive, and I go down in one Spec Steam Eruption, but I'm naive Life Orb. I'll hopefully get to show that in a few more battles. Here I go into my Manectric and probably just go for a Volt Switch, maybe even a Thunderbolt. Computer making noises in the background, hopefully that goes undetected. But he goes into his Excadrill. Not sure what happens. If I predict this and go for the Flamethrower, that'll be nice. No, but I actually go for the Thunderbolt. Makes sense. Here I went for the Thunderbolt again. I remember this part because I had that Skarmory, and I expected him to expect my Skarmory to come in and go right back out to my Volcanion. That cost me my own Mega Manectric, which means I have nothing to take out his Volcanion. So from this point on, Volcanion is going to be a much bigger threat than it would have been otherwise, which is why I made that play that I did, because had I gone out to the obvious Skarmory and he went into this, I would have been in this position again, where Skarmory is in and something else basically has to die, because I don't really have switch-ins on this team. The best I can do is go out to my Keldeo, which is going to take probably like 50%. Yeah, so I mean, not a very good option. Like, I stand by the play I made just because, like I said, it would have worked out had he done that, but I didn't know he would just go for the safe Earthquake or not, but he did, and it was all bad for me. So he has this Torn in now, and I'm not sure what that damage is. It might be Assault Vest, it might be Life Orb. He actually goes for Knockoff on my incoming Jirachi, getting rid of its Scarf. Then goes for U-Turn, which I don't think will knock me out. No, it doesn't. I don't see Life Orb, so it's probably Assault Vest. Goes out to Know You, the Landorus. As I go for my own U-Turn. I'm sure this thing has the Rocky Helmet, just like every other Landorus running around nowadays. Go out to my my Crawdaunt. Just gonna go for the Crab Hammer. I debated going for Knockoff, not hoping, but, well, yeah, I guess hoping the, whatchamacallit would come in, the Volcanion, but it didn't happen. Now I think he can go into the Volcanion, outspeed me, and knock me out with anything. I think. Yeah, he does outspeed me. Goes for Steam Eruption. Crawdon is only base like 50 speed or something ridiculous. But it's still a good, fun mon to use. I recommend it if you haven't tried using it yourself. Unfortunately, though, he's able to knock me out, which means I gotta go into my Keldeo, and he's gonna withdraw again. And goes out to his Zephyr. On my Secret Sword, gonna eat that very easily. Not much I can really do against it since my Manectric died. Like, that was a huge turning point. Like, him losing his was a big deal. Mine losing mine was a much bigger deal. I actually dodged something there. It was probably a Hurricane. If it was a Heat Wave, that was, you know, good job, Scarm. But he's gonna U-turn now, so it was probably Hurricane that I dodged, because if he had Heat Wave, he probably would have just stayed in. He probably doesn't even need Heat Wave on it, because he can just go out to this thing. As I roar it. Nice, making some good plays to try to catch up. Now here he goes out to Weavile, and this I remember not making a lot of sense to me. Unless I'm getting it confused with another battle. I don't know, it's taken a while with all this residual. He goes for knockoff, getting rid of my leftovers. As I set up a layer of spikes. And now, as long as he doesn't flinch me... okay, I guess I don't even risk it. Actually, I think I remember what happened there. Yeah, I didn't expect him to go for Icicle Crashes because, A, it can miss. I mean, it can flinch me also, which is what I was going to say, but I didn't for some reason because I didn't think that actually happened. But yeah, I didn't expect him to try to take on my Skarmory with this Weavile. That's what I was getting at, just because he has Life Orb, and, you know, he will potentially be stalled out, and like I said, he can miss. He can also flinch, which I don't believe ever happens, but like I said, that's why I went out to Jirachi when I did, because I didn't expect him to go for the Icicle Crash, or whatever he went for. But as you can see, he's just trying to whittle my Skarm with these Icicle Crashes and potentially get flinches. But like I also said, I don't believe that ever happens, and I'm whittling him with his own Life Orb. And there, I actually expected him to see what I was doing, but it looks like he just kept going for Icicle Crashes. And here he goes for Focus Blast. Gonna knock out my Skarm, and that might be game. Should be only a few turns left. Keldeo, right. Goes for Hurricane. Actually misses. Doesn't matter, though. I can't touch this thing. Yeah, I actually run right there because I couldn't. I had Icy Wind, but I probably could have and should have locked myself into that, but then again, he had the Weavile at like half health, the Volcanion at about half health, actually quite a bit healthier than that, and I would have potentially KO'd the Torn, but you know, he did have that Volcanion that could have came in on the Hydro Pump. I don't know why I went for Hydro Pump. I guess I gave up at that point. I pretty much gave up after he just Earthquaked my Manectric, because as soon as that happened, Volcanion was just such a huge problem that I couldn't really do much. But either way, good game, Rob. I'll have at least one more battle with this team, maybe two, depending on things. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to battle me, let me know. There's very limited time left until Sun and Moon come out, so, you know, let me know. But either way, thank you for watching this video, and have a good day.